Hello everyone, hello again and welcome on my channel, and this is Anna, and today, as I promised in my last video, actually I'm taking you to my Veronaville gameplay. And as you can see, I have lots of houses built, like lots of houses already taken. Some are still free, and if you remember, as the story goes, the Veronaville is basically based on the Shakespeare play Romeo and Juliet. So of course you have the Capp family on one side of the river. Here you go, these are the Capp family. And then there's also the Monty family, which is right here. This is the Monty big house. And here you go. So what I actually did, because if you just load it, if you just install your game and you load it, you know that there's just three households: Monty, the Capp on the other side, and there's also the Summerdream family. So just three of them. Then in the family bin you would actually find another four families. I believe two of them belong to the Capp and two to the Monty, but there's no other families. So this is, I think, is the biggest challenge of this whole game and this whole area, like the town, because you don't have much to choose from just for the gameplays. So what I actually did, since I do have all packs, I actually installed the Traveler family, which came with I think the Bon Voyage. I also added them as the family, and here you go. You have here Trisha Traveler and her husband Trent, and their daughters who are currently living with them. It's Denise and then also Opal, and their daughter who was actually Trisha, if I'm not no, it's not them. Wait, where did I put her? Is it even here? I don't even remember where did I place her. Well, maybe she's still in the college. Yeah, she could be. No, actually, she's here. Yeah, Tina. They also had the daughter Tina, which is the very first child, and she was in the college, and now she is living with her boyfriend Justice, whom she met at the college at the Sims University, and they just starting to build their family. So there's also Gavigan, and I believe they also came with a traveling or some kind of other pack. I have no idea. I'm so much lost with these families. I also added them just to add another family, just to add more blood and more choices, I guess, to the Veronaville gameplay. So there's Mary, there's husband Nathan, the son Jim, and also the youngest daughter Penelope. They do have another son, which is right here, Gavigan, the first one, Asaya, who is now married to Delilah. So they are married and they also met at the college. So basically I pair off all of my Sims at the college, and I don't actually play the whole college. I don't like it. So I just play for a little bit until I find for them like a nice pair up and matching, and then I drop off the college and they come back. So what we're gonna do, I just want to show you, because I would like to enter right now into the Monty's family, simply because the very first generation who were there, which is basically the grandparents, they are dead already. So we just go through this second generation, which is the kids, and they're still around. So I still have around Monty, which is Antonio, and he's not recently widowed actually, because he already has another wife. What I like to do for Antonio, actually, I know he usually starts with two kids, which he's raising on his own because his wife died, some kind of a mysterious death, because of all this feud between the families, his family and Capp, and his family and his wife. As far as I understand, she didn't have any relationship to the Capp, but of course she was kind of like a collateral damage probably into this feud and this kind of rivalry between the families. So he ended up raising his twin kids on his own, and I don't like him to be alone. Basically, what I actually like him to be is always to have another family, to have another try. And I gave him this house, which was rather big. He still doesn't have a car. Well, this family, they have the garage, but they still don't have a car. I'm kind of still trying to put a nice situation here, like with decorations, with the furniture and everything. I'm almost done with that. So Antonio usually has the culinary career. My gosh, I'm not able to speak anymore. But his desire this time was actually to become game designer. So I changed for him the career, and he's in the gaming career. And his new wife, who is Lindsay, she wants to be the business tycoon, and this is exactly what she's going to be. So together they are raising two kids. So they do have additional. This is Iris Monty. She's very lovely, and she's the very first child they had together. And then there's still Tabitha Monty, which is just a newborn. So I'm sorry, I can't really do anything about this. She just was born, so it's going to be some time till she's going to become a toddler, and their parents going to take care of her. And I think, well, at least this is what I like to do, because I believe Antonio really should have a nice kind of conclusion after the death of his wife, which he was suffering a lot. And here you go, like you can see, after that he had a lot of nice memories. Of course, his mother died. First his father died, then it was his mother who died, but then he met Lindsay, and they kind of like fell in love. They moved in together, and Lindsay knew his twin kids when they went to the private school, because she helped actually Antonio to place them to the private school. She helped them to raise to be a nice, to grow up into nice people. They went to the college, they had family together, and now his kids, if we go into his family tree, which he had with his previous wife, Benedict Monty and Beatrice Capp, they are married already. So Benedict is married to, where is he? Oh, okay. So he still did not marry his girlfriend, but Beatrice is married to Hal Capp, and together they will become a couple. I believe she's already pregnant. We're gonna check this out actually. So this is what I have for the Monty family, at least for Antonio's family. Then another family you would find in the bin that also belongs to Monty is actually Bianca Monty, his sister. And Bianca's story is that she just doesn't want to have anything with this all feud with the families or anything. She doesn't care. She's a family sim. She just wants to be loved. She wants to have a family. And Bianca was already in a good relationship with Kent Capp, sorry, who lived with his sister Reagan and her husband Cornwall, which, as the story goes, they were too much preoccupied with this friendship between Kent and Bianca Monty, so they actually were very nice to Kent and they placed him into the house with them. But I prefer Kent to go on his own and to pursue this kind of friendship with Bianca Monty, which always turns into something else. They do have a very nice relationship. Come on, yeah. They do have a very nice relationship together. At the moment, they had two very nice boys. Here they are. So here you go. Bianca is older than Kent. She's a bit older, and she's a family sim. But her aspiration actually to become the captain hero, and this is exactly what she is. She's a lieutenant right now. She's pretty good in her career. She's going very good with it, and she's like has very very good memories. Together they went on vacation with a whole bunch of people, like all the household went on vacation. They raised two kids. There's Alexander and there's also Brandon. So one of the kids actually follows into the father's footstep because Kent is a knowledge sim. So one of the kids, which is Alexander, goes into the father's footstep, while Brandon goes into the mother's, and he is more into the family. He wants to have children, the grandchildren, and everything, but he also is going to have a nice education. Both of them, I believe, they are in the private school, yeah, and both of them are a student. So they're very good. And right now, they are concentrating on the study, on the learning process, because they would definitely like to go to the college. And their house, I enlarged this section that as well. I actually placed here a bathroom, which is rather, it's just a bathroom, it's just actually a toilet. And the rest is quite a nice situation. They are quite wealthy, I must say. And I do believe that Bianca's supposed to be pregnant again, and which was a bit yeah, here you go. This is everything. They were the first couple who actually got married, and usually they are the first couple whom I pair with, I mean, between Monty and Capp. For me, it's never Romeo and Juliet. I don't really care about that much, but I do love Bianca and Kent as a couple, as a, as one piece. So I always pair them up. For me, they are the best, and this is what I prefer to do. So the other two families which we usually can find and who's always in the bin are actually belonging to the Capp households, to the Capp clan. And as was saying already, it is always both sisters. One of them is Reagan, who is right here, who I prefer to place right here because I believe she is more connected to the Capp and to the father. So I prefer to keep her close to the main mansion of the Capp family. And here you go. Here's Reagan with her husband Cornwall, and both of them are actually the fortune sim, so they don't really care about the family so much. But whenever I play them, they do roll the desire to have at least one baby, and then the other baby, I just like them to have maybe another one. And here, I believe they have a boy and a girl. Plus, when I play, I always try to make sure that the family has at least one boy, because that boy will be back to the family house. And in this moment, it's this family house, which they have as well. When they just started, they was, I mean, this was, I don't know why, but they were actually very, very struggling for money. Like they are the fortune sim, and Cornwall here, he wants to be the hand of Poseidon, and he is pretty much there. I think he's just missing like one maybe promotion to be that. And Reagan, she wants to be the criminal mind, but no way in hell. I actually brought her to the business career, and she's already the president. She's already there. And together they had, first, they had Hamlet. And what I also like to do, I do like to go into the family tree and to try to find if there is some kind of a name that I could use for the kids. So it's kind of like the names, they are passing down the line and they stay within the family. So the very first child they had, since Cornwall took his wife's last name, I thought it would be nice at least for the first child to have Cornwall's dad's name. So this is Hamlet, and then here there's the queen. Why the queen? Because I believe, she is Reagan, and I didn't want to put her as Regina for the Italian name, which means queen. So I actually put her as Queen Capp. And I do believe that she is the cutest girl which is there in the family. She is the queen in the family, little princess. Everybody loves her. So for this reason, I actually followed her to become the queen and to have the name of the queen. It's the queen. So this is it. And they're a nice family. They have lots of friends, especially the mom and dad. Like they have quite a lot of friends. They are connected to this Summerdream household. They are connected to the family. They have even the Monty, the newcomers, like the travelers and Gavigan household. They also know those people, so they kind of like a little bit everywhere. And by the time I don't think they're anymore into this feud between the families. They just making the money. They kind of like building this household for themselves, and this is what they are mostly preoccupied with. The last and the fourth family that usually is in the bin is the Capp, another Capp family, and it is Goneril family. So Goneril's husband Albany wanted big family, and he got it. And truly, when you just start the game, they already have 4 kids around. So they also had other 2 kids, and they are actually the girls. So basically, in the round of time, they had 6 kids, and only one of those kids was actually a boy, and the name Hal. And Hal is actually in the other household. I placed him out because this household was a nightmare, honestly, with all these kids and everything. I loved it, actually. It's a challenge to have all these kids and everybody. And as you can see, Albani here, he is, of course, he wants to have kids. And already he has like 6 kids. So, yeah, he just needs to marry them all off. And for a moment, and that's a very, very big family. So let's start with this. We have Albany Capp, then there is Goneril Capp, who is actually the heirs to the Capp family, and then they have, together they had Miranda, who was Capp, but now she's Monty. Then there was Hal Capp, there was Desdemona, Ariel, now they have Kelly, and they had Rose Capp. So here you go. They've been really, really busy during their lifetime. They had 5 girls, 1 boy. So here you go. Miranda also already has a child, and it's Sonia Monty. So here you go, as you can see. So I gave also he is the detective at the law, kind of in a law enforcement career, just because with all those kids, and see they still have like 102 Somalians, because this house is big, and since they had so many children, they've been struggling for the money so much. And this is what I love about the game, because you truly have to struggle for it. So he is the detective, and I'm doing everything possible for him to get a new promotion so they can put some more things around here to change maybe a little bit better quality, because Goneril, she's the fortune sim, so of course to have expensive things very important for her. And she wants to be the business tycoon, and she's already the vice president, and she's working with Lindsay Monty, and she's fine. Like, I think they know each other with Lindsay. No, not yet. Okay, the moment they come to the presidency, yeah, they're gonna know it. So their family is very, very big. And Goneril just got to the elder age, she is there. I do believe they also went on vacation, or maybe I booked the vacation. I think I just booked the vacation for them. Like, their life, yeah, and I was saying also, like, they've been rejected, their kids been rejected due to the poor kind of schooling and everything, and they've been rejected to the private school for the first time, but then they did get into the private school. No, they did not. I did not try that again. Okay, well, I guess I did not. But with these kids, I think I will bring them to the private school. And I mean, they already had a one grandchild, and still they kept on going with kids, and their life is pretty much good. And I mean, this family is very much busy with just making kids. But by this point, I believe they stopped. That's it. Now it's just going to be bringing more money. And then maybe when the kids are out, these two girls, when Kelly and Rose are going to college, I think the elder couple is going to travel just a little bit because they deserved it. I think they did deserve it. So the family that comes as the part of the game was the Summerdream. And about that family, I don't actually like that family. I don't know. I did give them the makeup just because I really hate those masks that they have kind of painted faces and everything. I really don't like this part. I do understand this is like a kind of the play, the classical and everything. So here you go. The Summerdream are here and they still not elders, and when you just load the game, they have Pac, who is involved with Hermia Capp, and then you also have Bottom, who is still in school. By this time, of course, they had their own kids. They got married. They actually had their own kids. I think the boy name was Colton, if I'm not mistaken. And then the girl's name, I don't even remember. But in any way, I gave her the crown. So at least, it's kind of like she's a little princess around the house. So I don't mind her to have to wear this stupidity of the crown. Whatever. She is crown princess of the house. So there they are. Okay, it's a Lorelei. I put her in a very strange name. Whatever. I just enjoy her like this. And for a moment, she just like a new addition to the family, pretty much new. She just aged up into the child, and she just starts with the school and everything. And here you go, yeah, the Colton. And Colton, he is pretty much close to become a teenager. And as a teenager, I am thinking, well, he doesn't have a crush for a moment. So I guess while he's going to be at school, he will have some kind of a crush. Even though this is the knowledge sim, he wants okay, it's fine. He wants to max out 7 skills, which are fine. For me, it is okay as an inspiration. And he was the slacker and he's the professional party guest. So Oberon is the professional party guest. This is the top of the career. He works only 3 days a week and he earns like 1,400 simoleons a day. So as you can see, the funds are 18,575 simoleons. They are doing very good. And Titanium, oh, this is the first time I see her wanting to have a baby. It's another thing which I did not understand because lately she just had a fear of having a baby. So for a moment, I know that this house, I don't want them to have a baby anymore. I would like them to travel. I would like them to concentrate on her career and just raising these 2 kids. So for sure, Colton will be back in this household because this home is going to belong to him as the boy, and he will continue to pass down the family name. This is why I would like always a family to have a boy in the house, and so it goes on. The family name lives on. So for this reason, I want Colton to go to the college and then come back to this very household. So as you can see, Bottom get married and they do have pretty good. Then Colton got into the private school. Next one should be Lorelei. I want her also to go to the private school, and they already had first grandchild, even though they're not old, but they still have it. And here they had Colton, the very first one. Then there's the Park who got married, and then it was Bottom's choice and time to get married as well. And I mean, this family has lots and lots of friends. Truly, they have friends with Monty, with Capp, with the newcomers of the house, and of course they also into relationship with their own kids, which is important. And Titania wants to be the captain hero. I don't know why, but it's okay. So she is the patrol officer. She just started the career. First, I wanted her to concentrate on kids and family and allow Oberon, to reach the top of his career because he was already there, almost there at the top. So I kind of wanted Titania to go into, stay home, to be kind of stay home mom. But now there's actually the time when she can dedicate herself to the job as well, while Oberon having so much time and so few days as working days, he can allow himself to be home with kids, to take care of the family and everything. So they kind of like switched, and this is what I like about it. So basically, what I did, I changed a little bit their house just to place in new items and everything. I redid here like the backyard and everything. They have a bit of the hot tub. I actually kept that and the stereo, but then I put here like the sofas so they can actually have fun. There's also the pool, the swimming pool. There's a little of area for the kids to play if they would like to. If they want to play like basketball, there's a little area where they can grow something if they want to have like a garden, and there's also an area where they could fish. So, you know, this family is pretty much full, and pretty much they have a very good house. They have very big territory which could be used, maybe, I don't know, for something else. So now I'm gonna show you the next generation after this one, which basically they are kids. And as you can see, not all the kids are grown up. So definitely we're gonna start with the Capp, since we are on this side of the town, and this is what I thought of doing. Like, I prefer to keep all the Capp kind of like on this side, and then all the Montys, they all go on this side. Plus here I put those like who I add, like the new families of the house. So here we have Capp, and this was a family mansion, and it is still the family mansion, which belonged to the consort Capp, who died, and he was here with 3 of his grandchildren. It was Tybalt, Hermia, and Juliette. So of course Juliette married to Romeo Monty, and she moved into his house, and Hermia married to Puck Summerdream, and they moved out because they have their own family and their own house. And this house I left for Tybalt, as he's supposed to be next to pass on the next generation of the Capp. And he met a very lovely girl, Emily. He met her at the university, and she was very nice. They kind of like went rather well together. She understands him. So here you go. This is the house they have. This is Emily. Yeah, she is working, of course. So Emily wants to be the ballet dancer, and she is in that career. She's going like already halfway through it. He's the popularity same. He wants to have the pets, whatever. I don't care about this. And he is in a political career, and yeah, he's pretty good in his career, I must say. And Tybalt, and I do like Tybalt. I don't know why, but it's I mean, of all these kids and everything, I do prefer Tybalt. He's very cute, and I like him. And they have a lot of money. They already had the money because, of course, the Capp household, the Capp clan, they are pretty much wealthy. As one of the 2 families around the town, yes, they are rather wealthy. They do have here the garden, which I like my Sims to have always the garden, because I want them just to have the fresh food and fresh fruits in the fridge so they can cook. And together these 2 had 2 kids, 2 boys. So they had Elliot Capp, and they had Mackenzie. I know Mackenzie is written wrong, but this is how I want to have his name written. So he is like that. They have two boys, which means probably Mackenzie is going to be coming back while Elliot is going to be out and looking for his wife. And at the moment, Elliot is actually, he knows Lorelei from, and he also knows Denise Traveler. Well, Denise is already a teenager, which I think they're in a very good relationship. They are the besties and everything. So I think they will be the pair. They're gonna be the couple. When they go to the college, they are definitely going to be the couple. While Mackenzie, he doesn't know anybody just because he just now aged up into the boy, into the kid. So for a moment, I keep him like that. He doesn't really have a lot of memories because he is the latest addition. So for this reason, you can see I changed a little bit. I just put this was the nursery for any of the kids. This is the one kid room, and this is a double room which used to belong to Tybalt when he just got married and consort was still around, because this was the consort's room. So but now when the grandpa is actually dead, this is the Emily's room and Tybalt's room. And here you go. I also organized a little bit the graveyard. I just paired them up, like who's supposed to be with who. This is how I pair them up. And the Cleopatra, Caliban, no, that's wait, where is, this is the Contessa, the, here's the consort. Okay, I will have to switch them because I believe his wife was Contessa, so I can actually flip them from one, because I do like them to be like the couples, the couple lies with the couple, with the spouse. So I prefer to do it like this. Oh, amazing. This wolf dog is here screwing up our lawn. Very good for you. And this is basically like the additions I did. So they do have a car in case if they want to go anywhere. And they are wealthy enough to allow anything, to permit like anything they want. And that's what I like about this family. So this is the Capp family. On this side, another one of the kids that I do have of that kind of generation. Let me see. Who did I put here? From that generation, probably no one. In any ways, there's nobody from that generation. I do have here. So on this side, we have the fresh, and this is actually the bottom. This is bottom Summerdreamer. This is it. She's here. The bottom Summerdream. She's here. And she met this guy, Tom, at college. And together they moved back to this neighborhood, and together they do live close to the Summerdream family, because I believe Bottom is more connected to her parents and she would like to be closer to her family. Whoever I have there, it's the Hull Capp, as I said, who married actually Beatrice, Monty, and now they are the Capp, and they are waiting for, they're expecting their very first baby. So Beatrice is actually the daughter to Antonio Monty, and she married Hal. Once again, they met together at school, they met each other at school, they got into the friendship. Fathers were not against this, their families were okay with that. So when they went to the college, they actually fell in love and they came back as a couple. They married, they took it a bit slowly. They married like in a couple of years after the college, and now they are ready to start the family. And here you have Asaya and also Delilah. So basically, if you know this sim, Delilah, she's actually the sim which you will find in the Académie Tour. She lives there in the house. So all of my sims who I bring from here, all the teenagers, they end up in her house. So her house now looks very, very big, and usually has up to 8 sims, which I just drop all my teenagers in one house. I pair them up, and then I just make them drop the college and they all back to one place here and they pair up with themselves. So I allow them to be like this, and this is how I create and go with the new generations. And Asaya here, he's actually the very first born to the Gavigan family. So they are the newcomers to this town, and they found themselves very good in this town, honestly. So this is Antonio Monti, which we already visited as the household. Next to him, he has his son Benedict. His son the same. He didn't feel like going too far away. He met again a girl in college, and this is Marla, and they share exactly the same the knowledge aspiration. So these ones are not going to get into the marriage. They just gonna be going slowly. They will marry in one day, but they don't need to worry. They don't have to rush into it. They are very, very chill about this. The Summerdream family, which I was saying, this is Puck, this is Hermia, and they had their very first child. It's Noel. So it's a boy, it's the very first child, and for a moment, I don't think they need to have any kids just for a moment. They're kind of still very young couple. They have time. I would like them to dedicate more time to their careers and maybe to go and have a little of the traveling along with their firstborn child, and then later on they will go for another child, because in any way, for me the most important thing that they have a boy in the line of all the kids, and the very first child they had, it was actually a boy. So for me this is important, and I don't even have to have another child, especially because for some reason, oh, this is so sweet how they sleep together. It's just so cute. I like this couple. I mean, when I'm playing, you know, for some reason, Juliet is my least favorite actually sim, but Hermia and Tybalt, I love them. I don't know why. I cannot explain this, but I just love those. And this is their house. They also kind of struggling a little bit with money, and because I really wanted to give them a nice house. So their child they just started to build. Yeah, it's very empty, I know. It's kind of empty and shabby, and they are fighting, to keep the ends to meet and everything. Like they need it, okay? Like honestly, they are into it. They are fighting to bring the money home. They're still very much into each other, and Hermia wants to be again the captain. Surprise! And she's the detective already. And Puck, who is the popularity, wants to be the Hall of Famer. So he is MVP. He's rather close to become what he wants to be. And their kid Noel, I think he will be the popularity because he's like, or maybe even the romance, because he is so much into the kids, and he knows into the girls especially. He knows Penelope Gavigan. She's the last addition to the Gavigan clan, and he also knows Iris Monty. So yeah, he is into the girls at the moment. He is very much excited about this. And for a moment, he just goes to school, and then later on, he will go into college. And probably because he is so much with the girls, he might become maybe romance sim. I don't like so much to have the romance sims. I don't know, just because basically I always treat them same, like as if a normal sim. They will get married, they will have children, whatever, end up. So that's why I don't really prefer to have like the romance sims in my games. Then we have Monty, and this is actually Mercutio and Miranda Capp. So this is another couple which I have paired between Monty and Capp. And this is also my one of the favorites couple. I don't know, even though Miranda is a romance sim, and as I said, I do treat her as a normal sim. Also true, I did bring them to the vacation, and they had a meeting with different people, him and also her, because she's romance sim. I kind of like want to treat her a little bit as a romance sim, because I like the idea that she might cheat maybe on her husband, but not so openly. So here you go. She's going to work as a romance sim. She just wants to have 20 simultaneous loves. And I put her into the law firm. So she's working there. And her husband, oh yeah, that's the nanny. Oh my god. And he wants to become the general. So he's already the senior officer. He's quite okay with his career. And they just had a baby girl, Sonia, which means they will have to have another baby, and I hope it's going to be a boy. Because I don't think Miranda is. No, she's not pregnant. I didn't make her pregnant because they have a lot of time. I mean, they don't really have to rush into anything at all. And I did make their house larger, so it's a nice house. It has a very, very good space around, and they're doing rather good actually. They already have like 9,000 Somalians in the bank, and pretty much what they supposed to have, they already have. Like all the stuff, all the rather expensive things, they already have it, like the kitchen, the bathroom, the living room, everything. So now they just make money maybe to create a nice lawn at the back of the house or the front of the house, just maybe a garden, a pool, or just kind of like a nice things, and then also traveling. Because both of them, I believe that Mercutio knows his wife is a romance sim. It's very important for her, to be in romance all the time. She's rather romantic. So for this reason, Mercutio will dedicate more time to create a romantic atmosphere. Then there's a Gregory household, which I just moved them in and I didn't do anything. And this is going to be a quite interesting. I have no idea what I'm gonna go with them because this is Desdemona Capp, and I made her a romance sim. And also Skylar, he's also a romance sim. And I want actually to pair them up as a couple and maybe even to marry them. But I did not decide still what I want to do because I think they going to cheat on each other all the time just because they are romance sim and they do like each other, but it's kind of like a strange relationship. So I was saying here's the Bruining, and this is basically Justice and Tina Traveler. Yeah, Tina Traveler, the very first child of the Travelers clan. So they are here. They just fresh after the college. They still don't have anything. No really story where I'm going to take them. I have no idea. I just know that both of them are pretty much the family sims. They are both into the families. And Justice was a paper boy around the town, and this is how they met at school and then also outside her house when he was delivering the papers. And then they went into the college and they kind of like rediscovered each other. And now we are entering the very last household, which is the Monty, which consists basically of Romeo and Juliet. This is their household. And in all of the houses I had, this is the very second twin set that I had in my family because I do not consider Benedict Monty and Beatrice Monty to be like twins because they were not born in my game during my play. So I don't really consider them to be that. The very first family that had twins were actually Kent and Bianca, and the second one is Romeo and Juliet. And I swear I didn't cheat. I did not give Juliet a possibility for like twins or triples, whatever. I didn't give it to her. I actually don't like to give it. The last time I did it, and I had I think 3 people or something, 3 kids or something, it was too much for me. So I said, no way in hell, it's too much. I don't want to ruin my experience like this, too many kids. And I think they're supposed to go on vacation. I booked for them vacation. I better check this because I don't remember. I think they're supposed to go on vacation. So what I actually did, I redid the house, honestly. Like I redid the house. If you remember, their house is actually like open here inside, like a courtyard which is open. I didn't like it because there was a very, very big problem during the winter for the kids to crawl around and for them like to go just all around. It was taking too much time, so I knocked everything and I put just one roof on top. Also, I placed here the pool for the kids, for the family to chill out, a swing for kids, and at the backyard they do have this little kind of like a cemetery area. There's Isabella and Patricia. These are the grandparents of Romeo. And here you have his parents. It was Claudio and Olivia. And here I also, the same thing. I like them to have a little garden at the back, which they both dedicate time to. And also I love the fact that kids can do the garden, so the kids also help. So on this side, it was the grandparents' room, which is rather big, rather good. Plus, they have the bathroom. Then there's the kitchen, because I knocked everything down, all the walls, and I played it as I wanted. There's a very big kitchen for everybody of them. There's a very big bathroom. It's a living room, recreation room all together inside the courtyard, which used to be the courtyard. They have also like recreation areas. They can sit, they can play, they can just chill with friends if somebody's coming around. This is Romeo and Juliet's room. Then these are the kids' room, and these are the room for the toddlers, which for a moment I don't have the toddlers, but I do think that Juliet is pregnant again. So they're gonna use it. And I hope they're not gonna have twins because it's too much. The first time they had twins, it was Isabella still alive, the grandma of Romeo. She was helping a lot with kids actually, so it was good. But if everybody, you see like everybody has its own kind of corner around the house and they can paint, they can play the piano, like to play chess, whatever. So each one is having a good time around the house. So Juliet Monty is the family sim, and her desire is to have just to reach the golden anniversary, and I put her into the dancer career. And she's pretty good in the career actually. After she had the kids, I allowed her to be useful for the family and to bring the money as well. Not that they need the money, but they are they can do the money. And here you go. Apparently, because she is pregnant and you did it again, Romeo, he has a fear of having a baby, but he's okay with that. And he wants to have the woohoo with 20 different sim. Wow, that's such a surprise. And I put him into the architecture. He's the architect right now and he is working. Not that this family needs to work, but I like them to work and to make money so they are useful to the community. And here you go. They have lots of memories of Beatrice got married, Benedict getting engaged, and they taking it slow. Like the point was with them, like I took it very fast. The moment they entered this house, they got married and they had the children immediately. So now they still have 16 days left until getting elder sims, until becoming elder sims. So they have a good time. Here's Isabella died and they've been in vacation after they actually had children, not before. First they had kids and then they went on vacation because Romeo need a vacation very, very fast. Just because he's romancing, and I think that it was kind of too much for him to have twins. It was just so much. He couldn't keep it. And a funny thing is actually that Francis here, the very first kid, he's actually blonde. So I think he is taken after Juliet's family because in Juliet's family there are some blonde aunties and uncle there. So Kent is blonde and also Reagan is blonde as well by nature. So I guess in Juliet's family there are blonde Sims, blonde Capps, and they run there. They like with the Basically, they are all the redhead or the blondes in that kind of family, in that side of family. So the first kid is actually blonde, and the second one is the black hair, as the Romeo is. And I made Romeo kind of with this beard. I gave him this beard and this short hair, and I don't know. I think he looks very much hot. He's very cute. And yeah, he wants to buy a vacation home. I think he can do it. Like, we can check how expensive the vacations home are and which he would like to have. So basically, Francis here, yeah, they go to school, but they don't really like bring people home, and they are both good students, and it's not very important for both of the parents if their kids go into the private school or the public school. So I guess Romeo and Juliet, they go in to keep the kids in the public school. They don't really care about as important that kids get education, and they kind of rather spoiled guys. I mean, they're good, but they are a bit spoiled, and I have no idea what they will become, what's going to become of them. But I mean, they're very cute. They have these, they're very much like Romeo, I would say, especially for the mouth. They are too much Romeo, like it's so much Romeo. And yeah, this is basically it. Romeo is into a good relationship with a lot of people. He has this Tamara King lady whom he met, I think, during vacation, and he probably will try to go a little bit for her, at least maybe to invite her. They have here the house, so this is my way of playing them. So why I'm still keeping this room, which belonged to the parents, to the grandparents, is in case if Romeo goes like for some crazy thing and crazy desire to cheat on his wife right here in this house, and Juliet should catch them. I think this all part of the house is going to belong to Juliet, while Romeo, they can split, and Romeo can be in this part of the house, just bringing all the girls and everybody he wants into this house, into this part of the house. So it can be actually like his part of the house. I can even put here like a entering door, like a separate entrance, and I can even redo this side, maybe to have like a second floor. I don't know for now. I'm just it's like a working idea. I'm thinking if I would like to do it or not. So basically, this is it for my Veronaville. I also have Ariel in the college, so I can show you also who I have in the college at the moment, because Ariel Capp, one of the Gonerils and Albany kids, she is in the college, and she is still did not pick up with which boy she would like to go along. So I just added the Académie Le Tour, and they are here. And here I just drop everybody, like I told you. I have here a house. I don't like to put them into the dorms, because it's just like one sim and you have to play them all together. But I do prefer them to be inside one house, where I can also drop the townies, which maybe some of the townies who were actually in the relationship to the sims I play, like to the Montys or the Capps or the Summerdream or whatever. I can bring those townies, and this is how I can form the couples faster, because they already had a relationship. So here you go. This is the academy. Basically, there's like the dorms are all here, and I don't care. I don't use them at all. There's friends here in case of. I can always drop these boys inside the house where I need. There's a sharp here. They can always meet them. And here's Ofiefa. Well, here you go. Here I still have, I'll show you real quick what I have. Basically, this is the house where I drop all of my sims. And since it's been already a long time I'm playing these ones, the households, they had kids, babies turn into the teenagers. Teenagers fall in love with townies and then go into the college. I drop them all in the same house. And if I bring a couple which are the very good friends after school, maybe, or like in the teenage years, they went together, they kind of like formed a couple. Here you go. This is the Ariel Capp. She's the only one at the moment who belongs to my clans, to the families that I actually play there. Then there's Emma Turner, and she used to be the girlfriend to Isaiah Gavigan, but not anymore because he has a different wife now. This is just a random townie which I put here because I needed boys, and then I put here also Melody Tinker. And Tinker, they do have. There's also the family of them, so there's a mother and a father. This is why I brought her to the college because I would like to maybe to bring her even without a boyfriend, just to bring her to the town and then to drag also her parents so they can still live like an additional family because I know she has a family. So this is the house. It was much smaller. I created this room. I made this larger. This room I also created just to hold like at least 8 sims if I need to. And here's the kind of recreation area. They still have pretty good money, to check out. And here's the kitchen. It's kind of a bit shabby, it's kind of empty, but it's okay. There's another bathroom here, a bit of recreation area, and this is how I roll. So basically I drop here everybody, and then if they already have a couple, I just make them to call the college, drop out, and they come back to the Veronaville. If they don't have a couple, then I have to play a little bit in the college until I find a suitable pair to pair them up to, and it might take a little time. So for this, because this the Sims 2 is so much amazing because they actually have the chemistry. So if there's no chemistry, it's more difficult to pair up and to create a couple, while if there is a chemistry, it just goes very fast. At least I try to make them friends and maybe just like a bit of the romantic interest, and I make them drop out the college and they come back to the Veronaville town and they settle down, and this is how they start slowly to build the relationship, to make house look more like a house, because I try to get all the most expensive houses first, and then it's going to be something more cheap. That is why I have lots of houses around. I placed a lot of houses, the same houses. I will just rebuild them. I will redecorate them. I will do different color, apply different color to them. So for this reason, it looks like really the Veronaville looks very big, kind of, and it's very nice with lots of different houses. And this is basically it. This is how I play Veronaville. This is how I prefer to play it. And if you have comments, if you want to know more, if you would like me to do maybe a gameplay with all of these households, like how I have them already settled, and if you have some comments about it, please leave your thoughts. Please leave your comments. Subscribe to my channel just to support the gameplay, support the Sims 2 community, because I think we are getting very strong, because this is an amazing game. This is much fun to play them. It's just a time when you can truly relax and just to let yourself go, create this very funny and interesting stories. Thank you so much for your attention and your time. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the gameplay, and see you next time for the new episodes of the Pleasant View stories. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.